Can't wait.
Guys, welcome to Friday Night Fish Talk pregame show. We've got Captain Louie over here. We've got Dawn from Phillips.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep.
And the Tropical Tarpon.
Yep.
And yeah, so this is the pregame show.
We're so happy to have you here.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
So
I am.
supposedly Bree has a surprise for Dawn.
Very excited about whatever it is.
Some of Bree's surprises are a little,
Well, I'm scared.
Very
You
scared.
see how red my face is?
I'm sure.
So
This is fun.
right before we were getting started, she's like, "Hey Dawn, you have to stand here."
Yeah.
And none of us really knows what's going on.
Oh yeah, he had no
But we
idea.
know there's something. Something.
So,
Something tells me it's gonna be great.
Game of life, by the way.
I bit my top.
Where?
Right here.
Where?
Right here.
Exactly. Mm. Know the rules.
Ridge. You're not watching.
So you guys are probably wondering where Billy's at. We ready to hop into that? This is where Billy is. So here's a quick message from Captain Billy.
Hey guys, it's Captain Billy. I wish I was going to be here for the last episode this evening, but I hope you guys enjoy the Friday Night Fish Talk that we have going on. I am currently not there, and I am
Can you guys hear out there?
at a tiny truck event.
Tom?
Hope you guys enjoy your weekend.
He can't hear us.
All right, we're back. So Billy is a big RC truck enthusiast. He is at a very, very big RC festival thing
He's been talking about it for months.
since last year.
Yeah.
He had shirts made.
Really?
Yeah, the Po Boy RC team. I think it was last year, they actually built an RC truck, or RC semi, to trailer their fleet of mud trucks into the RC.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yep.
If you've ever been into Billy's house, it's like from floor to ceiling.
Yeah. Lindsay, we cannot wait to talk about it as well. This is the pregame show, by the way, guys. We're just letting all you all tune on. Make sure to say hello. Let us know that you're there. Talk about whatever during the pregame show. We'll get started with the actual show here soon. So, Brianna, I think the suspense is killing everybody. What's the...
Don has to close his eyes first.
Oh.
He has to put his drink down. And
Why don't we
close his
turn?
eyes.
Why don't we turn him
Why do I
around?
have to put my drink
You have to
on?
put your drink down and close your eyes.
Here, I'll take that from you.
Damon, how we doing, sir?
Don't drink it.
Keep your eyes closed.
I'm not good at this game.
Do not open your eyes, Dawn. You put your arms out for me. Don't open your.
This is horrible.
Other side.
Why are we friends?
Hold on. Here, I just need you to hold this.
Yeah.
And hold this. You can open your eyes now.
There it is. Don's been hitting the gym pretty hard.
Can you guys help?
Bree,
I'm the smallest of all of
Bree
you.
got him one dumbbell for each time he's been to the gym.
Thank you. We've been really busy though. Okay?
Killing it on the Tropical Tarpon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys,
Thanks, Bree. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
that was the pregame surprise. So I think
Can I have my drink back?
that being said, no intro. All right, that's because we're working on the new intro. That's right. So, Don, thank you very much. You can go in your corner and work
Can
out
I
now.
keep these?
Yeah, they're all yours.
More than
Thank you.
All yours.
Thank you guys.
All right, so no intro video.
So it's a welcome to
welcome to
Friday Night Fish Talk.
presented by
Who I get to do the Billy thing?
yeah.
Phillips Auto Group.
Woo! Phillips Auto Group. So all three stores, members from all three stores are here tonight. Tonight's episode is based around our friends at Phillips Auto Group. So as we've talked about this before, they're all avid fishermen. You know, not only do they have great dealerships, Louie, but
Yeah, no, they do really well. Most of them are clients of ours. We enjoy fishing with them year round, and luckily today we get to put them all together in one mud boat tournament. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. Have a little camaraderie, a little competition. It's a good time.
it was a great time. It was the weather wasn't perfectly ideal.
Perfectly ideal. Was far from what it was.
Yeah, I wish I was in the big boat today.
Large boat. Yeah, like the Titanic would have been nice.
Great submarine too. Those 5-footers are
Tell you.
pretty nice. But it would be a great day, and I think everyone caught fish, and everyone had a great time. And now We have our live audience from Phillips here.
Exactly.
Enjoying the show after just eating at Tropical Carpet.
Which was amazing, by the way.
Oh my God. All the time. All the time.
The food was just about as good looking as the person who cooked it.
So, this is the very last episode of Friday Night Fish Talk. As we've been kind of throwing hints out there and saying a little bit of stuff, there's our live audience. Say hi, guys. Woo! There they are. Jake, the trout master over there. So tonight's the last episode, Louie, but it's also the start of something really cool.
For sure.
We've officially moved the day that we're going to be doing the show to a Tuesday.
Yep.
It's going up on a Tuesday. But
On Tuesday.
that being
There
said,
was a song like that, wasn't there?
yeah, we're trying to work that into the intro without
There
getting
we go.
copyright stuff. But that being said, we won't be able to have the name Friday Night Fish Talk because it wouldn't make sense. Tuesday Night Fish Talk, just I don't know,
Yeah.
generic. So the
I've heard that before somewhere.
The name of the new show is Fish Talk Live.
Perfect.
Fish Talk Live is going to be every Tuesday, starting in March, throughout the year, except the last Tuesday of the month. The last Tuesday of the month, we will be supporting our friend Captain Mario Castello with his Tuesday night
Perfect.
Fish Talk seminars. So that being said, let's go ahead and just introduce Captain Mario over there on the casting couch. So Captain Mario Castello, ladies and gentlemen, he is taking over the casting couch. So there's a lot of big changes with the casting couch. The casting couch is going to be more designed for interviewing people all over the state of Florida within our industry. Anglers, manufacturers. Captain Mario has talked to the folks over at Power Pole.
Yep.
You know, there's going to be some really big names either on the couch or doing this through video call. So, Captain Mario, thank you so much for joining the team, man. You know, it's awesome to have a legend, you know, here in Citrus County and throughout Florida, really. So we're really excited to have you. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and then also talk a little bit about the Fish Talk seminars as well.
Sure. My name's Captain Mario Castello. Most of the people around here know me. I've been guiding out here this is my 12th year as a guide out here. Gary asked me if I could help host the show, and I said yeah. I couldn't say no to Gary. So.
That's why I praise my wife too.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, Mario, you know, you've been on the couch twice now, and the information that, you know, us in the room, you know, let alone that everyone's been watching, us in this room specifically, they gain from you just for 3-4 minutes. We're excited for you to share that same kind of knowledge, but also pick the brains of others, you know, throughout Florida, different guides. You know, with Captain Ryan Harrington, now the Tampa Bay area, it's going to be sitting down with you here soon. We got the folks from Bahio. So we're really excited for you to use your knowledge to dig into the brain of others' knowledge as well.
I appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.
Look forward to it too.
So that was Captain Mario Castello, our new casting couch host. So we also have a new addition that we would like to introduce. So we have Captain Miranda Adams. Come on in. So Captain Miranda,
And I get stand
right in the
y'all
middle
gonna give me
here.
a complex. Like I'm so tall.
Yeah, we need to
Hold
get
on.
down.
There we go.
There you go.
So Captain Miranda, you know, we got to know each other really through the Sportsman's episode that we filmed with Captain Rick Murphy. Had such a great time. You know, I feel like we really just clicked, and we had so much fun. And you impressed me with your angling skills. You know, you truly did. Not only do you have a big, you know, following on Instagram and everything, and you know, you are a true angler. So we're really excited to add you to the team. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into, you know, your part of the show. So.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Well, to start off, my daddy was a fisherman, my brother was a fisherman, and well, I don't mess with tradition, so naturally, I became a fisherman. You know, I was my dad's favorite son, so.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I've been out on the water since I was about 11 or so. Hitting fishing really hard the past 7 years, and you know, always learning, always out there. Everything changes. You can always promise that. So it's just a never-ending cycle of learning, and that's what I love about it.
And that's what I love about fishing with you too, is that, you know, you've got the knowledge, but you were more intrigued on not just asking about something, but truly learning something. And you and I got to learn a lot from Rick that day. So,
Oh, yeah.
that's why, after Bree and I talked, and we thought you'd be a perfect fit for the team. So Miranda is going to be more of like a surprise guest, pretty much bi-weekly, we'll call it. So she'll be on the show with us starting in March. We'll say every other week. It could be back-to-back, and she's going to really help round out the team. So myself, Billy, and Louie, we already round out the team quite a bit. but you're going to help.
Talk about?
No, I don't know. Did you just strike me?
But we're going to, I feel like you are going to really help, not just all anglers, but especially the female anglers, and I feel like you're gonna, like I said, round out the team. So we're really excited to have you, and it's gonna be an awesome season.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here. I'm excited.
All right, so that's the 2 new members of our team. So I
Yeah.
appreciate it, and
No
we will
problem.
see you in March. March 6th, right? March 6th.
March 6th.
March 6th.
All
All right, so that being said, so those are the new additions as far as faces, but we also have a new voice that will be joining the show that you guys will be able to hear as well.
One of my
Fish Talk
favorites.
Live. Oh, it's such a great, it reminds me of something off of Howard Stern.
Sure, I can't say what it reminds me of, but
So let's go ahead and introduce that voice. Voice, you out there? Voice,
that would be you.
you there? All right, so there it is. There's producer Sean. So I cannot hear you, but I'm assuming everybody else can hear you. So Sean says really funny things in our ears all the time, and we felt bad because
Yeah,
we
if
hear-
there's a time where we're just laughing for no reason, that's why. Oh,
there is the voice.
the one time your mic has been off in the past 2 years.
So that is Sean McDonald. He is the brains. He is the guy that's behind the computers, and he is going to be talking to you all throughout Fish Talk Live as well.
He's going to be correcting us.
A lot.
Mostly
and,
that.
And I think Bree's got the censor button back there, so we're really excited to have Sean's voice actually implemented in Fish Talk Live.
For sure. I'm looking forward to that.
So those are the 2 new faces and 3 new voices that you're going to hear on Fish Talk Live. We've got some new sponsors. Abyss Batteries has
cool.
officially joined the team, so we're really excited to have their, really dig more into their technology and business throughout the year. I have absolutely fallen in love with my Abyss battery. I cannot speak highly enough about it. So you're going to start seeing more of Abyss battery starting in March as well. And then, Louie, the Florida Redfish Series.
Which goes along with Abyss batteries.
Yes, it does.
It's perfect.
One way or the other, we all.
That's for sure. The fishing industry is a very small world.
And I feel like the good people and the good, companies behind the people, they
Cream
all.
rises to the top.
That's right.
For sure.
So, Florida Redfish Series, Fish Talk Live is an official media sponsor of the Florida Redfish Series, and the Florida Redfish Series is an official tournament series sponsor of Fish Talk Live.
Which is very cool because, I've had the opportunity to fish it. We've only been 1 tournament in so far. We fished the Steenhatchee tournament. What a great tournament series that they put on. The venue was amazing. The way everything worked out was amazing. The cards, everything was ran, no offense to any tournaments around here, but way better than anything I've ever been a part of. Very fluid for having 100 and whatever teams or whatnot, plus the kayakers. Trying to include kayakers in a boat tournament, they made that flawless.
Oh, it was perfect. And so the Steenhatchee tournament was the 2nd largest show out in teams in Florida. There was one other tournament series that I think it was like 2 more teams. And so I'm really excited to see the next stop, Panama City.
Yeah.
What's going to come out of that. But the kayak division, I cannot believe the turnout of that.
Neither could I. When we were sitting there at the what is that? The meeting before the captain's meeting, they took up felt like 60% of the room.
Yeah.
It was a really cool show out. It's really cool how they do that tournament with pictures and stuff like that. I feel like that's probably one of the best ran kayak tournaments in the state for as many people as they have going into that. Oh, Sean, sorry.
We ran a pretty decent.
You did. But I'm telling you, the way they do it with the app and everything, it really works out for them. Very, very cool how they get all that done, for sure.
It was, and like you said, they're professional about it,
Yeah.
but they have fun. They create just a great scene for all the anglers and for the businesses and the people that came there to watch the weigh-ins. And I can't speak highly enough about them. So we're really excited to have them on the team, and I'm excited to go fish. You know, we're gonna fish all the different tournaments. You don't have to fish every tournament.
Yeah, like me and Carter, we're fishing 3, and then
3.
the big one.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So you only have to fish 2 tournaments to get into the championship.
That's correct. Yep.
So we're gonna fish 3. You can fish 2 and get into the championship. So we got Panama City in next week,
Next week.
and then we've got Crystal River in April.
Yep.
Then we have
Panacea.
Panacea in June.
Oh wait,
No, there's one more. St. Augustine.
Jacksonville. I think
There's 2.
It's St. Augustine and Jacksonville.
And Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Sometime, maybe March, maybe May.
The easiest way, if you go
Yeah.
to FloatRedfishSeries.com, you can check out their schedules.
It's been a long day. We fished all day.
And very high winds too. So just go to the website, check it out. You know, if you see it coming to your town, just do yourself a favor. If you want to enhance your angling skills and your tournament skills especially, just go do it.
Oh yeah.
It's worth every single penny.
I learned a lot in the 2 days that I was there. So I mean, you can bring all that home back to where you fish, and because it's all artificial.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a totally different aspect of what we do here. So it's cool to be able to bring that back.
it's very cool. So, all right, so those are the new additions. We still have the tackle table talk, which will be talking some tackle with Captain Carlos here soon over there. And we've already got companies that have just started pouring in tackle and new boating equipment and apparel brands for the new season. So we're really excited to go over that stuff. But Captain Carlos is going to be specifically talking about the rigs that were used today to catch the fish, and we'll be talking about the results from that with Captain Mario and the Iceman himself, Captain Carlos. So let's go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will be on the casting couch.
Very cool.
Hey, don't talk right away.
Getting out on the water has never been easier. At Phillips Buick GMC, our lineup of trucks and SUVs are here to toe the line. From the Sierra's powerful V8 engine and multi-pro tailgate to the most desirable SUVs on the market, they're well equipped to get your toys safely to your destination. At Phillips Buick GMC, we have the area's best selection of the right cars at the right price, right on the money.
Captain Mario on the casting couch, presented by Ayinde Matthews State Farm.
Yeah, we're here with Captain Carter Wade. Say hi to everybody, Captain Carter.
How's it going?
I hear there was a little mud boat tournament today, huh?
Yeah. With how windy it was, I'm kind of surprised we all were able to make it out, but I'm glad we did.
Yeah, and I hear you won it.
Yeah. Yep.
So, congratulations to that for
Thank you.
first. Let's see. How did your day go? We'll do it from the beginning. Yeah, from the top.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't expecting much. I mean, it was blowing 20, 25 miles an hour all day. My first 3 hours, we pretty much got 0 bites. I mean,
Wow.
From that, once we got past about 3 hours, I wasn't really expecting much.
What's going through your mind in that first 3 hours of the day? Because I know when I fished tournaments against you, and it's happened quite a few times where you don't get a bite for at least the first hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. And what's going through your mind this morning?
You know, I couldn't really say much. I mean, me and my customers, we were sitting there talking back and forth, just hoping and praying. I mean, I was bouncing spots every 5 minutes. I mean, just constantly running around, burning gas. So
yeah, it's frustrating when you can't find fish at the beginning of the tournament. But it looks like you ended off pretty good. What finding after you started finding the fish?
So I pretty much just idled down shorelines for a while because I couldn't really find a lot of mullet. Mm-hmm. So I kind of switched gears because I was fishing back in the creeks, and the tide was coming in so fast with that southwest wind today.
Yeah, I bet.
It was like a summertime tide. So I kind of switched it up, went out there to the outside islands and just idled shorelines until I found them.
Wow, that's good.
Once I found one good school of fish, I turned around, went and fished another spot, gave that other spot about 20, 30 minutes, and then came back to it and caught our big redfish of the day.
Oh, good. I'm glad you ended up catching a big one. How big was that fish?
He was 7.10.
Wow, that's a pretty good fish. That's a really good fish. Yeah, today the weather was kind of poor. I see it's raining right now. How'd you have to deal with all that?
I mean, I guess it's pretty much like every other day. I mean, we're going no matter what.
You said you had clients on the boat today too?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough to fish a tournament with clients.
Yeah, but thankfully my guys were great. They could cast really well, so it worked out good for us.
Good deal.
And here, Mario, here's the fun part about the Phillips tournament too, is as the captains, we're not allowed to set a hook. We're not allowed to fish. We can make a cast, but once we make a cast, we have to turn it over to the
I saw you fishing here and there, didn't I?
Did you see my technique?
I saw you fishing a little bit.
Did you see my technique though?
Whoa!
Yeah. See?
So I told the guys, they're out trout fishing, and saw some mullet jumping on the bank back there in Fish Creek, and I said, you know guys, hey, listen, I'm gonna cast this cork out with the mud minnow, and I'm gonna set the pole down. If I say cork down, throw your rod back to me, and you pick that one up and start reeling it. It didn't prevail, but
It's a good idea. There's a thought that counts.
yeah. So.
There's a little gray area in the rule book, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah. The rules weren't written, so we're good.
That's it.
Verbal
Good
rules.
deal. Well, Captain Carter, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were end up winning the tournament. Usually, if you're entered in a tournament, my money's going to be on you. So there's a handful of the guys out here. I always say it's going to be. I know Carter's going to be up there at the top. I remember the last one we fished together. I believe it was about a year and a half ago, and you ended up beating me out by about 2 ounces. But I ended up in third, and you ended up winning that one. So, but congratulations today for winning the tournament.
I appreciate it.
So, and I don't know about you guys, so pretty much everyone up here, we fished the tournament. There really wasn't, at least on my end, a go-to bait. Redfish were knocking the tails off my minnows, but we couldn't get them to bite on shrimp. Trout were knocking the tails off shrimp, but we couldn't get them to bite on mud minnows. We ended up getting a few in artificial at the end.
Yeah, I think we all should have just hung out for about 3 hours until then gone fishing, because I didn't catch anything for 2.5 hours. Tug didn't, Carlos didn't, but it didn't seem like anybody caught a whole lot of fish until that tide really got up.
All of our redfish was in the very beginning.
Yeah, see,
but we ran south.
Yeah.
And that goes to show you, I've talked about the St. Martin's River. If you're not catching redfish on the north side of St. Martin's, go to the south side. If you're not catching on the south side, go to the north side. And we did that to get upwind first and then make our way back.
Yeah,
and we
upwind
went
was a big deal.
Way inside and way around to get back into there. So, no, that tournament was a blast. And everyone did catch fish. I mean, everyone had a good time, and we're really excited for next year.
It seems to be windy every time we do this tournament.
Yeah.
Last year it was windy. Every time we do any of these mud boat tournaments.
At least it wasn't cold though.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Do any of y'all have any questions for Captain Carter or Captain Mario? We're not quite getting into the fishing reports until the start of Fish Talk Live. We'll have a whole separate segment just for a local fishing report, but the casting couch is designed to interview and get inside the head of others. So. Hello, Submerged Outdoor Gear from Gainesville.
Very cool.
All right, so that being said, why don't we talk a little bit about the tackle and the techniques that were used today from the man himself, the professor, the ex-teacher and new lesson giver, Captain Carlos Gutierrez.
Good afternoon, guys. Let's thank Nature Coast Financial Advisors for sponsoring the Tackle Table Talk. And we're going to go over what I specifically used for today's tournament. And definitely a good time all the way around. Louie, Carter, Teddy, Gary, Dallas made the trip down from Crystal River. And specifically, maybe I'm a little bit different than Gary. I had some mud minnows in the box. Mostly just shrimp is what I used for my redfish. And my go-tos were, if Sean will give me a little zoom in here. I'm a pig jig kind of guy, and especially in pink. There we go. So I came equipped with, this one here is my 1/8 ounce jig head. Here we go. And then I had some ready for a 1/4 ounce jig head. And in the box, in my boat, I kept, I guess they like.
Here you go.
There we are. I had some 3/8 jig heads ready. I definitely felt I was gonna need a heavier jig head just because of the wind conditions for today. So immediately, if we were casting against the wind, just if a creek mouth or bank, I just took the rods away and said, hey, we need just heavier weight, so we got rid of these small jig heads. I've talked about how I rigged my shrimp. So again, shrimp was about 100% of my bait today. I grabbed a handful of mud minnows. They stayed in the box. I was a good conservationist, and they were released back into the water today unharmed. But so all my redfish, again, like Louie said, I didn't get my first redfish until about 2, almost 3 o'clock. So it was a good while before we got on our redfish. I tell you what, I did get a lot before that, a lot of catfish, and that was a good tug, but they're not our targeted species. So we threw those catfish back. We got on our reds, nothing that was gonna be competitive like Carter came in with, but we got some good reds. Once we figured, hey, we're running out of time, made a good little run up north, and we decided to focus on some trout. Now with these same jig heads, I went with 2 basic colors. I went with some Little Johns, and everybody's well-known favorite, here we go, is a watermelon red Little John. And another one that I really like, just to add some different flavor, is the chicken with the chartreuse tail. And there was no drifting today. We were drifting like 10 miles an hour. So it was power pole down. Luckily I do have a power pole that I added this year to the mud boat. And we stayed in some deeper pockets. You had to let it sink, pop it back. I had Don and Brian on the boat today, and luckily I had some good casters. And Don got the big trout of the day with one almost touching 19 inches, which worked out because we were not allowed to keep for our tournament today any one over 19 or bigger. So this chicken with the chartreuse tail, I believe, is the ticket for today's big trout of the day. And that was my go-to tackle. I don't know if the other guys have anything that they wanted to share or anything.
You know, I do want to throw a technique in that I utilized today that I've never utilized before, trout fishing. And it was because of the heavy winds, and it was because of a spot that I absolutely knew that there was trout in for my airboat tours the day before. It was a wide open spot. You know, the west side is the open water, the Gulf. Those winds were howling through there. And even with 2 anchors, I couldn't actually get anchored. I could slow down a little bit, but I couldn't fully get anchored. So jig heads, you know, artificial was tough to throw, it really was. We put on the heaviest popping corks we could find with the jig head, a heavy jig head, and we put a shrimp on. And we literally just threw them out there, and
It's caught a million trout before, why not do it again?
Yeah, I mean, but the you know, typically popping cork, jig head, artificial, and it was just, you know, I knew there was trout there, and they had to have been eating, but we could not properly throw artificial because of the wind. So kind of went outside the box and literally just, you know, fished like we were some Yankees, but I mean, we ended up pulling up some.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
We ended up pulling out some you know, 8 trout in, I don't know, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So I mean,
sometimes you gotta change stuff up.
That's it.
I mean, I drifted places I don't normally drift because we couldn't get the anchor set, so I was technically drifting.
Yeah.
It was definitely a tough day of fishing, for sure. The redfish bite was good once it got going,
Yeah.
but definitely a tough day. You definitely had to change your tactics. I used the same stuff, nothing but a jig head and a shrimp. Pretty simple all day long. I used a Little John, but normal fishing for today. We try not to go outside the box too much, like we always talk about. Kind of when it's a tournament, you want to keep your tackle box a little slim, just so you're not wasting time doing some crazy stuff.
And then there's one new piece of fishing tackle over there. Very important piece of tackle.
A big lure.
Big giant lure. Carlos, tell us your thoughts about the brand new Ozello frames by Bahio Sunglasses.
All right, so this is the first time I haven't touched them. I've never seen them in person. I've seen some teasers. These are my go-tos right here. I use the NATO frames. These are mine right here. And big-bodied frame. So as Sean is whispering in my ear, we saw Billy with that gorgeous smile that you guys posted a couple days ago, that because the frames are smaller than like my NATOs, and they really are much smaller, they do have good flex to the legs. I guess they fit on my fat face. I don't know what you guys think and if I look good in this or not, but
you look like a G right now.
Oh God. Oh, this?
There we go.
There we go. This is them right here. But all for Sean right here. This is the new Ozello, and the whole backstory behind these glasses is inspired from Bahio coming out to Ozello and getting to learn and love the old Florida feel of this area. So this is what inspired Bahio to make these glasses. So you can come check these out here at the marina. But I guess there's also a couple more new frames. Oh, so there's a couple other frames. The Stiltsville, and I wish I knew more about these. These names all have very specific meanings. So we have another new frame, the Stiltsville, a black frame. I don't know if they come in. I'm assuming they'll come in different other frames.
Yes, yeah.
So a lot of different options. So this is brand new again. The next one is the Toads.
And Carlos, you know what the cool new feature that Bahio just implemented in these new frames? And this is like one of my biggest pet peeves, and finally a sunglass company, listen to English, right? They actually have small little breathers. If you look inside the pads between
I see that.
those goes.
Yeah.
Let's get a close-up on that, Sean. I think that is the coolest thing ever. One of the things I hate is getting fogged up. And those...
I hate foggy lenses.
Yeah, those are supposed to prevent foggy lenses. It's genius.
So if you guys look at this little nose piece right here, you can see that little square. There we go, sort of. I guess it got some little breathing holes. So exactly, either sometimes I leave my glasses in my truck overnight if it's cold and they do fog up just from that heat change, or if you get out of the wind and now there's no wind to kind of cool some of that air through your face underneath your glasses, they do fog up. So that is an issue. So I'm constantly, taking these off my face and just give them little wafts. And that is a pretty cool feature that I wish my NATOs would have on them. So, well, I guess Sean just said they will now. So that is a pretty cool feature that I think I wish I would have had on mine now. And those were the Toads. And then the last new one is the Eldora. And here we go with the Eldora. Here comes Sean. There we go. Yeah, this seems more like ladies' sunglass frame.
Billy loved those. I have all of them.
Oh, there you go. But very cool. A couple new products from Bahio for us to check out. Come down to the marina, check them out. And that is it from me. So, Gary, unless you have anything else?
So yeah, these glasses that Carlos just introduced, these are the first of the samples of the new frame. So we're going to be getting in a full stock. We wanted to touch them, feel them, see how they fit, and we got exactly what we wanted. So we just put in a big order. They should be here Tuesday. So if you all want to get on that list for the people that want the Ozello frames, especially, just message us on Facebook. Get on the website, check out the different frame colors, lens types, glass poly, whatever it may be.
These feel amazing.
Which ones are those?
These are the Stiltsvilles.
Oh, they're awesome. Stiltsvilles are really nice. Now, our first episode for Fish Talk Live, we are going to have one of our friends from Bahio be here on the show. So we've got Shauna coming to visit us, and she is going to get into the actual background of Bahio. You always hear us talk about it, how they started, where a lot of the personnel came from. So Shauna is going to really get into detail on the back end and the history of Bahio sunglasses.
And Shauna, if I'm not mistaken, is technically like a local. She's from Ocala, correct?
Yeah, she's
very cool.
She's got family here, and she came here, went fishing, and we're going to go fishing the day before that she comes here. I think on the 5th or something. So really excited to have Shauna and our friends from Bahio here. And I'm excited to actually. I've got a lot of questions still for BU. It's such an interesting company.
Well, I mean, we've been with them since the start, and it seems like, I mean, I've never seen anybody put a hole in the nose before.
Right?
That's
genius.
What do you like? What's that word you like? Term?
Game changer. Yes.
Sorry, Sean said that was wrong, but no, it definitely is. They heard it. It definitely is. It's very cool. You know, we don't see any other brands have anything like that. So what's cool is we'll all be able to support that. We'll all be able to try it out, give you some feedback on it here soon, and hopefully be really good.
So, all right, so before we do a send-off, Louie, before we thank our amazing sponsors, why don't we do a little catch of the week?
Oh.
Let's do the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week. Let's see what you all caught this week.
Ooh, Orlando.
Whoa.
Biggest pomp I've ever caught.
That's Brian Hammer, one of Tug's clients there. That's a huge pompano.
He's like 24 inches.
22 to the fork.
Nice redfish there.
Yeah.
So there's our friends at Extreme Decalz with some
Very
Hydra
cool.
deck that was done.
Yeah, I got some put on a casting platform.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that Weldon Willie made for me.
He's got that machine, and I always forget what it's called, but he's literally the only one in this region that utilizes it for Hydra deck, but it can measure every single point.
He told me how much it was. I was like, amazing.
That's how dedicated he is to it.
For sure.
There's our friends at Florida Redfish Series, and they're great sponsors. So check out the new logo, the Fish Talk Live. So we wanted to, since we weren't really, you know, changing the show as much as upgrading, we wanted to keep the same look, but kind of modernize it a little bit. You know, we're talking fish and we're live. So the name Fish Talk Live only made sense. It's Captain Gene Miller at the Nature Coast Anglers outing. I don't know if do they do that monthly, or if you get on Facebook and check out Nature Coast Anglers, they got a really cool thing going on. So Gene's talking about some boners there.
I love the name.
Yeah, they're stiff as a boner.
Yeah.
There's Brian Hammer's wife with Captain Tug. Congratulations to Captain Jacob Imhoff and Captain Shelby Imhoff now.
Congratulations, Shelby. I don't know, or Jacob. I don't know about Shelby.
I tell you what, those two, you know, they're your ideal couple right there. You can just show the love and see the love, and what an awesome wedding. Everyone had fun. Beautiful ceremony, Bree, wasn't it? Just kidding, Bree and I. She said yes. Bree and I were a little late because I had a little snafu.
You'll have that.
Wow.
That's a nice.
That one has a lot of ice cubes in it.
Yeah, it does.
That thing's thick. He's got multiple sinkers in him.
We've got weights. The Teddy.
Shupaloo.
That's yesterday.
Teddy.
Yesterday? Teddy's there.
Nice red. There it is. There's the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week. So we would like to thank all of our sponsors and all of y'all, and then, you know, all of us. I'm not going to thank me, but
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sean, Brianna. Thank you to our friends at Phillips Auto Group for making this happen.
Thank you, Don.
As our presenting sponsors. Thank you to Ayinde Matthews, State Farm agent, that entire team. Extreme Decalz and Hydra Deck, and then of course Gary Marriage at Nature Coast Financial Advisors. And then thank you to our new sponsors, the Florida Redfish Series, Abyss Batteries. Thank you to Bubba. Thank you to Bahio. Thank you to everybody that makes this happen. We are so excited for this new season. Get ready for a awesome talk about fish and blah blah blah. So we'll see you all March 6th, correct? March 6th, the first Tuesday? March 7th? March 6th. I think it's March.
The 3rd is a Saturday.
We'll see you the first Tuesday of March.
No, that'll work.
Guys, thank you all very much. And this is Fish Talk, the last episode of Friday Night Fish. See, I can't even say it anymore. This is the last
because you don't have to anymore.
Friday Night Fish Talk. We'll see you back for some Fish Talk Live.
Nailed it.
I don't know where it came from.
Tune in this Friday.
Tune in this Friday.
Because what? Damn.
I quit this place.